we at NuSpecies, we're going to give you the hard truth, and the hard truth, you can use it to help yourselves to live better and live longer. So, hormones, ladies, hormones are everything. And it is imbalance or troubles with hormones that cause you to have heavy menstrual or menstrual irregularities. And it takes only one mutated cell out of between 40 trillion to 80 trillion. All it takes is one mutated cell, one bad cell, one sick cell. And this is what will happen to your body. This is the evolutionary process that will take place in your body, because a healthy cell becomes a sick cell. It's mutated. So anemia, because of heavy menstrual, is where the body loses so much blood and lose so much oxygen. And the loss of the oxygen caused the breakdown of the DNA and the genes, because the chemistry of the DNA and the genes, you can Google a lot of these things and see the chemical structure of DNA and genes. It makes the genes and the DNA go bad. They malfunction. And the genes create amino acids. Amino acids are protein. And because the gene is making bad amino acids or bad proteins, proteins are what the body uses to rebuild itself, rebuild the cells, rebuild the tissue, the organs. You get the point, right? So the bad amino acids, because the genes are bad, give poor nutrition to the cells, and the cells become malnourished and sick. And when something is sick, that's what leads to mutation and eventually malignancy. Malignancy is just the final evolutionary step where something is dying. So you have the amino acids that are sick, feeding organs. The organs will become sick. And then you have the hemoglobin that carry oxygen when it's low. That's why it is so dangerous, because when you have low hemoglobin, it leads to diseases and cancers, because hemoglobin carries oxygen. So when the doctors say you're anemic, I know a lot of you ladies are thinking that, oh, I don't have enough blood. That's the least of your issue. The big issue is that you don't have enough hemoglobin to carry oxygen. You don't have enough hemoglobin, thus you don't have enough iron, because hemoglobin, that's what carries iron as well. You get that, ladies? So now the cells in your endocrine system, your glandular system, let's just speak to these basic ones. Let's begin with the uterus, right? The cells in the uterus. All you need is one to mutate or go bad, and you have fibroids. How that happens is that one mutated cell, the estrogen or other hormones, but especially estrogen, will cause the one mutated cell to multiply rapidly. And that's how you get fibroids or endometriosis or other abnormal tissue in the uterus. And that in itself leads to further chronic anemia. And chronic anemia also leads to other diseases and cancers. And it's not just diseases in the uterus. It could be anywhere in the body. It could be the brain. It could be anywhere, especially in the endocrine system, in the glandular system. Ovarian cysts is usually the result of the imbalances in hormones, especially when it comes to estrogen and progesterone. But there are other hormones that are produced by the adrenal glands right above the kidney, like the stress hormones. They can damage the ovary. So you have this chronic hormonal issue where your body may be making too much estrogen, and estrogen and testosterone. Those are two of the major hormones that cause sick cells to multiply rapidly. Estrogen, A lot of you know about estrogen. A lot of you know about testosterone. A lot of you ladies who have a lot of hair in places where it normally shouldn't be, usually is because of testosterone. So that's why you need to just take it step by step. This is how your body breaks down, and then we're going to tell you how you can fix it. So ovarian cysts can lead to all kind of diseases, including ovarian cancer. You all know that. You know, you have the polycystic ovarian syndrome. It's just another one that can lead to fertility. And I could just keep giving you at least 20 different diseases that are caused from abnormalities in the ovary or the uterus. And then now we're going to turn to the breast glands. If you have lumps in your breast or dense breast or fibrocystic breast, you're 4 to 5 times more likely to get breast cancer. And if you're a woman who have African ancestry, it can be very aggressive, especially if they get it in their 20s or 30s. Look it up. And then we turn to the thyroid. A lot of you have thyroid issues very early. Your TSH may be too low or too high. And because the doctors can't help you with it, because there's no real medication to fix your thyroid, there's no pharmaceutical medication, eventually your thyroid start growing follicles like the ovary that lead to nodules on the thyroid. And once you get nodules on your thyroid, it can lead to a lot of diseases. It can lead to over 100 different diseases, including Hashimoto, which is an autoimmune disease, Grave, which is another autoimmune disease. Forget about digestive issues and cancers. Just a massive amount of issues flow from you having a thyroid issue. And yes, women have more thyroid issues statistically than men. It's not even the end, but we're going to end it here. We get to menopause. So ladies, you start having your menstrual from 9 to 13 years old, and you start seeing abnormalities in your teens. It is likely, if you're alive by the time you get to menopause at 50, 49, 50 to 55, it is likely that you're going to live in menopausal hell. And that menopausal hell will cause you, most of you, to get osteoarthritis and heart disease and blood pressure and diabetes. And then all the issues I just mentioned before with the uterus, the ovary, the thyroid, your breast glands, all those issues now multiply because your body is older and weaker. The hormonal imbalance is more chronic in the opposite direction. And now you can get cancer in any one or all of these organs: your uterus, your ovaries, your breast glands, your thyroid, and you can get other diseases as well in other organs. Because now the DNA and the genes are so bad. They're so badly damaged, so badly mutated in different organs. The beginning of death is now in full swing. And you all know it. You all have family members, whether it's your mother, your grandmother, your aunts, your sisters, your nieces. You all have somebody who has gone through some part or aspect of what I just said. And there's no medical cure, ladies, for any of these. They could do surgery to remove the organs, and maybe that's what some people have to do because it gets so bad, but there's no medical cure. But guess what? You can fix them. Your body can fix them. And we at NuSpecies can guide you how to fix them. And even if we help you to fix them and they're not fixed completely, we can still help you to stabilize your body, your immune system, your hormonal system, so you can still live your long life that God intended you to live.